Good morning, guys. Welcome back. And we're going to do a stitch and chat today. But before I do that, I want to welcome everybody to the channel. Welcome any new people to the channel. If you like what you see, please feel free to subscribe and hit the like button. And also, before we get started, I'm going to show you progress on my Star Trek. As some of you know, I started my Star Trek chart the other day, and this is what it will look like, and I'm hoping that's what it's going to look like. And I'm up in this little corner up here, which is basically, it looks, I can't tell if it's supposed to be the earth or what, but there we go. I have done that much, and I'm sorry, there's a shadow, and I didn't realize that, but that's what I've done. I'm going to be working on some more of it this afternoon, probably after I do this. I woke up yesterday, I had no voice, and I couldn't talk. I could, but it was like, I don't know why. I don't know if it was because of all the screaming and hollering I did at the TV on Sunday. I'm not sure what the deal was. But anyhow, so we are going to continue with my Merry Christmas A to Z. So, Super Bowl. Okay. We started watching it. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something. Little dude wanted to watch the game. At first, when we started watching it, at first he was like, he didn't seem really, really interested in it. He was more interested in playing his video game. So finally, I guess it was around it was during halftime, let's put it that way, because I started making all these weird noises when Rihanna came out. I'm going to tell you, anybody who knows me, I'm a country music fan. So watching Rihanna play, I was just kind of like, oh my God. Not saying that she didn't do a good job, because I do have to give her props that she did, made sure that excuse me, the people up, higher in the stadium got to see her perform by, being put on those, I guess they're called lifts. And so he came out, and after that, and started watching the game, and he was like, kind of, I guess, bummed out at first, because that every time, the Eagles would make a touchdown, he would cheer, and then right after that, the Chiefs made a touchdown. And it got to be one of those things. Finally, he, as we were watching the last quarter, they were tied, as you all know. And he was like, this isn't gonna be good. And I was like, well, son, you gotta realize. He said, well, what happens if it gets tied? And I told him, I said, well, if it gets tied, that means that they go into overtime. Well, he was rooting hard for them to make the Eagles to make another touchdown so that they weren't tied and so forth. Well, that didn't happen. So after the game was over and, the Chiefs won, he turns around and looks at me and says, well, this just sucks. So he went back into his room. And, well, I called him back out. And when I called him back out, he had tears running down his face. He was blubbering like a baby. I said, son. He's like, what? I'm like, dude, it's not that big. It's not like it was a blowout game. They did a good job. He's like, I know, but it's just the point. I'm like, oh boy. So finally, after he calmed down, and everything. Um, he, said that, both teams played really good. And I said, it's not like they didn't try. I said they did. I said they both teams, played a good game. It's not the end of the world. Excuse me, my throat this morning. Sorry, I needed to get my coffee. I think I'm catching a cold also on top of not having any voice yesterday. So he kind of uh was okay after that, but I felt so bad for him because he was all hyped up all week last week about the Super Bowl, wanted to watch, his Eagles play, and it was a big, massive letdown for him. And I told him, I said, this is just the way things happen. And so he was okay afterwards, but he was, he's still a little, upset with the fact that, the Eagles lost. But it is what it is. So he he's fine now. He's just, I think he's still a little disappointed because he keeps talking about it. And I've tried to, kind of, tell it, reassure him that, there's always next year, and that, it's not the end of the world. So, yeah. I said, this doesn't mean, you don't need to be a sore loser. And he's like, I'm not, but it's just disappointing. I was like, yes, it is disappointing. It's very disappointing. So, I think he's okay now. So, and then yesterday I woke up, I had no voice. I thought it was because of my cold, because I told you guys the other day I was getting a cold, and I thought it was because of that. It wasn't. Because I really didn't have any cold symptoms yesterday. Now, of course, I wake up this morning or last night, and don't wake up last night, but last night I started coming down with the sniffles, and I'm like, oh, this is just not fun. It's been off and on, and finally this morning I woke up and I feel gross. Uh, but I can't lay down. I can't really relax right now because I have a bunch of stuff to do this morning before I can relax, and then I can sit down and do what I want to do. So, I mean, I have to mop the floor this morning. I have to clean the kitchen and the bathroom, and then I can do whatever. I can stitch and listen to a book, and work on my Star Trek some more. But I did finish. Readathon was also this past weekend, and I, I had a list of books to read and listen to over the weekend. Well, the book I started listening to, um, guys, this book was like really, really long. I don't even know how long this book is originally, but the Skin Collector, and by Jeffrey Deaver, and it's long. And I didn't realize that it was really, really long until I thought, okay, I'm gonna have an 8-hour book. I can do more than one book over the weekend. No, I'm still not finished with it. Even though I just said I finished it, but I'm still not finished with it. I had plans to finish it yesterday, and of course I didn't do that. And it's a long book. It's really, really good. It's I've always liked Jeffrey Deaver, and so I'm gonna finish that. And I have The first three in the series that he's written, the Lincoln Rhyme series, that I'm going to listen to also. And then, those were on my list for the weekend, and I didn't get a whole lot done. I was like, no, this isn't funny. But that's okay. And yesterday kind of got blown out the ballpark because once I sat down to relax yesterday afternoon after I did what I needed to do yesterday, I got on TikTok. And I didn't realize how long I was on TikTok until I looked up at the clock and it was going on 6 o'clock. I was like, oh my God, I've been on here for, good Lord, I don't know how long. So, yeah, TikTok is addicting. I will give them that. And I just kind of laughed at myself, and just little dude came out a couple of times. Mom, what are you watching? What are you doing? Because he kept hearing all this, all these different people talking on my phone. I said, I'm watching TikTok, and he just looks at me. And he was like, why? Because there's a lot of stuff on here that's cool. And he just was like, okay. And, of course, Justin came out when he got home because Skylar had told him that I had been on TikTok, and he's like, you're on TikTok? I was like, yes, I have my own account. He's like, oh my God. And I said, what? He says, Mom, you're old. You don't need to be on TikTok. Really? Really? I said, okay, if you say so, whatever. So, yeah, I did that yesterday. I did not stitch because I didn't even feel like stitching. I, between my throat being sore because I couldn't talk, and then I guess I was just being lazy yesterday. I don't know. So I did not do anything yesterday. I was like, okay, whatever. So, yeah. So today I'm gonna do what I need to do this morning, which is, let's see, I need to mop the kitchen floor. I really need to clean the wall next to Athena's litter box. It's a mess, and I need to get myself motivated today and get going here. It's like I have no energy, and so I'm gonna do some stuff around here first, and then get all that done. I don't have very much to do this morning, and I'm sitting down today also and making a master list of all the floss and of all the DMC floss, and then I'm going to cross it off for the ones that I do have, and then make a list of the ones that I don't, so that I will have them, that way I know what I have, because I need a master list. I need a master thing of floss, because yeah, I don't, and I feel like I'm not a good stitcher if I don't, which is totally stupid, but that's okay. So today, besides doing all that, little dude has class. Miranda's home for the week, and then yeah, we're basically, it's basically not a whole lot going on for the next I don't know. I mean, that could change in a second, because around here you never know. And excuse me, I'm telling you, my poor throat this morning. I do need to do a review for a book, which I will do that after little dude gets out of class. And then I will, get that done and started. I have 3 books that I need to review. Well, no, I have a whole bunch of books that I need to review, and I have been so far behind on book reviews and my blog, and I need to find a way, and I have been trying to do this, and I've not been very good at it. I need to, keep up with reading, my blog and so forth, and it's been a kind of one of those things, but that's okay. So we're gonna come up with something. But what else is going on today? There's not a whole lot going on today because it's just basically house stuff this morning. I'm gonna get my daughter to help, and then then we're good. And I gotta catch up on YouTube, and then finish the skin collector, and then that's gonna be my day. I'm not doing a whole lot after I get done in here. While little dude's in class, I'm gonna do the household stuff, and then I'm done. So, yeah. But so what is everybody doing today? You know what I'm doing. So what are you guys going to do today beside that? Except, if you're working, cool. If you're like me and you stay at home, what are you doing today? Are you stitching? Are you crafting? What are you doing today? Okay, so I'm going to stop right here. And I hope everybody has a good day. And I will see everybody in the morning. And until then, bye guys.